Hi, Sherry from Over There Martha and Young Living, and I want to talk to you today about how to talk to your prospects, how to get your prospects to ask you more questions, and also how to reduce your risk of rejection. Those are all awesome things, right? So we're going to talk about communication and how to use your words appropriately. Now, if you want more information and more details than what I can give you in this video, check out this book below because it's awesome and it will give you a lot of information. Now, I'm going to go back to my last video where I talked about using jajais when I go out to eat with a girlfriend. Because using your oils in public makes people ask questions. So always do that. But in this scenario, I'm out to eat with a girlfriend, I pull out my jajais, put it on my belly, and I said, I need to put this jajais on my belly. I have to put this on my belly. So I'm announcing it to her. I'm not just doing it. I'm announcing it to her. But I'm not telling her why I'm doing it. Now, any normal person on the face of the planet is going to be like, well, why are you doing that? Because we love to know information. We hate not knowing. That's humans across the board. So we have to get more people into that state of not knowing so they ask us questions. So now she's asked you, well, what is that and why did you put it on your belly? She's given you permission to do a 1 to 2 minute presentation on jajais. Now we can drop on even more leading thoughts to get her to ask us more questions about Young Living and about jajais. See? It's not quite as hard as most people make it out to. It's about making your words matter. It's about picking the right words and not doing word vomit. Because a lot of people, they just spew out all this information because they love the product. Nobody is going to want to hear that. And I promise you, you'll lose a lot of people if you just spew out everything you know at one time. Why? Because it sounds overwhelming. People just get bombarded with too much information and shut down. Some people are going to view that as you're desperate and you're trying to sell them things, and it's going to make them uncomfortable. So by making them ask you questions, they're not going to feel uncomfortable, and you're going to be able to give them the information you want to give them. Okay. Another option that you have is, say you forgot your jajais at home and you're going out to eat with a coworker for lunch. You go, oh, I forgot my jajais at home. Can't believe that. Well, what is that? What is that? What's so important about your jajais? And now you can talk to them about it, right? So there's different scenarios that you can use that you can actually make people ask you questions. You can also say to a friend who you know has a problem with digestion or just wants to help support digestion, hey, I just found a great product that helps with digestion. Hey, are you going to eat that candy bar? So, by doing that 2-step question, hey, I just found out blank. Can you do blank for me? That's totally not related. Okay? What that combo does is say, I'm giving you an out because you're my friend. I want to try to talk to you about this product, but you may not be interested. So if you're not interested, you're going to focus on the candy bar. Heck no, this is my candy bar. You can't have it. Or, yeah, I don't really want this candy bar. You can have it. There you go. Hey, how are your kids doing? Right? They can totally ignore that first part about how you found this great thing for digestion. But if they're actually interested and they want to know, they're going to say, yeah, you can have the candy bar. So what is this thing about digestion? And now you're asked permission. They've given you permission to give you a 1 to 2 minute presentation, right? Right. Easy. Another thing you can do is think about your life and everybody who's in it. Who is the most negative person you know? Take a minute. Think about it. Now, once you have them in your head, realize this. That person has a problem. They know they have a problem. They like talking about their problems. And that might be a request for help. So the negative people in your life might be your best clients. So talk to them. Ask them questions. Ask them leading questions. Well, Mary, you were saying this thing bothered you. Why did that bother you? She tells you why. Oh, really? Well, what is it about that you don't understand? You keep asking questions until you get to the root of the problem, right? And you can always say, well, Mary, do you want to do something to fix your problem? And Mary can say, yes, or no? Now, we have to be careful about how we deal with this, because if Mary says, yes, I want to do something about my problem, I wouldn't be here talking about it for 25 minutes if I just didn't want to do anything about it. Now, that's her telling you you can help her. She's giving you permission to give her a presentation. If she says, no, I like my problems, they give me something to talk about, that's her saying no. Leave her alone. You can ask her, well, what else bothers you, Mary? If you like talking about your problems, bring them on. And that's a different approach, because now Mary's going to see you care. Mary's going to have rapport with you. She's going to realize that you're the only person in the office who actually talks to her. And when people like you and people trust you, then maybe that no answer was going to change to a yes answer later down the road. So keep that in mind too. Another thing that you can do is when you go out to parties or to a business meeting or anywhere, and somebody says, hi, what's your name? And you tell them, my name's Sherry. And then they say, well, what do you do? Everybody asks that, and they expect, blanket answers. I'm a secretary, I'm a nurse, I'm a teacher. Something that they don't have to ask questions about, right? But make them ask you questions. If we say, I'm a Young Living distributor, they're going to go, ooh, salesperson, stay away. Or I sell essential oils, same thing. Ugh. So we say something like this. Oh, I actually help people to reduce their chemical exposures at home and by showing them how to use alternative methods. Matt does a couple things. I help people. Everybody likes somebody who helps somebody else, and that's what we do. We help people. So announce that. Tell them, I help people. I help people to blank. So whatever it is that your specialty is, I help people have better skin. I help people learn about wellness. I help people to learn how to optimize holistic means. Whatever it is that you feel like you do, I help people to do that. And it makes people ask questions. Really? Well, how do you do that? And now you've been given permission to give a 1 to 2 minute presentation on what you do. So it's really exciting. And you can use these same principles when you're looking for people to sell product. So you want to have Susie, you think she has a great opportunity to become a distributor in your team. So you can go to Susie and say, Susie, you want to be a distributor? That's too much work. That's too much responsibility. I don't think I have time for that. But you can change that around and say, hey, Susie, do you know I just found out how to replace a nursing salary in a year? She's going to ask you more questions. Hey, Susie, I just found out that you can get your oils for free. Or, something along those lines. Hey, ask me more questions, right? It's all about the same thing. Getting them to ask you questions so that you can give a 1 to 2 minute presentation. It's not about getting them in the door to a class. It's not about getting them to sign the contract. Asking them to give you permission to do a 1 to 2 minute presentation. That's it. Avoid fancy lingo. No words like upline, downline, sponsor, enroller, distributor. None of that. Simple, easy to understand information. They don't want to know about the business aspects. They don't want to know about the technical stuff. Keep it simple, right? Right. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.